great morning, great people. Welcome to the message, y'all. Welcome to the message. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling good. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. My God, we made it, okay? Drop it in the chat. We made it, okay? You know what to do, Ski Booski. Come in, like the live, share the love. Drop something in the chat that you're grateful for. Let's get in the flow of abundance, okay? And we finna get into the message this morning, y'all. The Lord had gave me a word this morning. I'm finna show y'all. He gave it to me through the Eight of Cups. He gave it to me through the Eight of Cups. So, oh, let's do it. Let's get to it. Y'all know it's Free Flow Friday. Okay, it's Free Flow for free. Y'all, I'm gonna have to come up with something else. Y'all, work with me today. Give me an inspired idea. Come get in the flow Friday. I don't know, but honey, I can't say all of them words. It's too many words. Y'all know we're going with the flow today, so we'll just be pulling cards. And y'all, most of the time, I don't always have a message, but man, the Lord gave me one this morning. I'm finna show it to y'all. Oh Lord, not the oil was finna spill. Come on, oil, spill over. Okay, so all I do is let's get to it. Let's get into the flow. Let's get into flow. Okay, here we go. So look, this morning, y'all. I woke up on time. So a couple of messages before we get into the clarity this morning. Good morning, Miss Loved One. Good morning. Before we get into the clarity this morning. So first things first, I woke up, got up at 3:30 this morning, normal time, right? Ain't gonna hold y'all. I had slept in till about 4:30 for the last couple of days because I had been under the weather. And so, good morning. And so I actually got up at 3:30 this morning. And so why did I have to get up at 3:30 this morning? Because I had videos to record. I had a couple of the horoscopes that I had to record. I had recorded like 4 of them, 8 of them, 8, 9, something like that. Anyway, I had recorded some of them. So I had to get up and finish out this series so that I can start over again. So I got up early this morning so that I could record. So after that, I didn't exercise this morning, but after that, I was just sitting here chopping it up with the Lord and just, pull the card for myself. And let me just tell y'all, so first things first, y'all, this is a commitment, right? This is being committed to what the Lord is calling you to. And so as the Lord is stepping us into new things, and we're finna go a little deeper into this, but as the Lord is stepping us into new things, you're gonna have to stay committed because some things are going with you, but some things are not, okay? So making sure that you checking your commitments, okay? Checking your commitments, and staying committed to the things that you know that God has told you to do. Next. So some of this, I forgot my journal yesterday, y'all. I forgot to take my journal to work, so I didn't have an opportunity to write a lot of things down. So I ended up getting just a couple of things. No people pleasing this season, okay? No people pleasing this season. We're not in a people pleasing season, and that kind of speaks to what we were talking about yesterday. Like, we ain't in a second chance season. So let me tell y'all how the Lord confirmationaled this for me. So yesterday I was telling y'all about, and we spoke on this. It may have been yesterday. It may have been a message that earlier this week that we did where the Lord was talking about this ain't a second chance season. And also we had been talking about the spirit of jealousy and competition. So imagine my shock when yesterday I randomly went on Instagram. Thank you for all of you who follow me, multi-platform support. I'm so truly grateful for y'all. So yesterday I went on Instagram and Oprah, shout out Oprah. There was a reel on there from Oprah, and she was speaking to, I don't know where she was speaking at, but she said something, and I'm paraphrasing it, but she was like, if you hear even a whisper of jealousy from somebody, she said that is your indicator to exit stage left, right? And remember, we just talked about this earlier this week. So I was like, clutch his pearls, because now you hear this from someone who's extremely successful, and someone who many of us, of course, look up to. And so she said, if you hear even a whisper of jealousy from someone, that is your indicator to get it, like, move it on, right? Why? Because we don't have time to be constantly looking over our shoulder, trying to, figure out people's intentions or, competing, because we not in that on that type of energy. So he confirmation that and we talked about it this week. You can go back and watch the messages from this week. I don't remember which one it was. I would have to go through my journals, but this is for some of you, knowing that the Lord is going to be pruning you and moving you away from people. We talked about yesterday being selective with your energy. If you don't want to be bothered, you don't, and you don't have to talk to people, especially who you have gotten, especially people that maybe you have gotten that whisper from. Next, okay? So that is a confirmation for some of you. Next, you pray on it, but you have to make a decision. The Lord said that after we got off the message. A lot of times as I'm re-listening to the message, y'all, I will get additional things. So you can pray on it, but you're still going to have to make a decision. And again, we know that the Lord is also like, okay, I need to be able to trust you to make decisions based upon knowing that you're in alignment. Does that make sense? You want to make sure you pray on it. Scripture the Lord took me to today was also Matthew 6:6. But when you pray, go into your most private room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. And then it goes on. He went on to talk to me about this morning that he already knows what you need as well, right? So do not be like he was talking about the Gentiles using the repetitious words. You ain't got to do all that when you're talking to the Lord, okay? Because he already knows what you need before you need it. So for many of you, and I think it's in the Sagittarius message, which ain't posted yet, but I had to record Sagittarius, and I recorded Sagittarius first. And so the Lord gave me that message through Matthew 6:6, which came out for the Sagittarius message. So that'll be out in a few days. So keep your eyes out for that. Prayer, of course, always going to be important. So pray on it, but then you're going to have to make a decision on it. Okay, next. Let's get into this so we can get into the clarity, okay? So pulled a card for myself, y'all, this morning. And the card I got was the Eight of Cups, okay? Y'all, when I tell you that this card told a story, I'm putting it up close because I need y'all to see it, right? When I tell y'all that this card told a story for me this morning, I tried to write down all of the things that I got, but let's get to it. So first things first, let me also tell y'all what was at the bottom of the deck was the God card, the Hierophant. Up under that is the Strength card, and up under that is the Chariot, which I know we talked about the other day. Come on, 858. So San Diego in the house. Come on, California. So let's talk. Let me tell y'all how these two cards told a story this morning. So I'm sitting here and I'm drinking my coffee, chopping it up with the Lord, right? And this card just started talking, y'all. I can't make y'all understand how the cards be talking. I can't. This is my gift. The card started talking to me, okay? And so, of course, this being Spirit and the Lord. So the first thing I saw on this, Eight of Cups being a card of a cycle that is ending. So what is God ending in your life? These are questions you need to ask yourself, okay? I'm not here to give you the answer. I'm here to help you reflect on it. What are you leaving? What cycle has completed in your life? Because we know Eight of Cups leading to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, okay? So for many of us, there's a cycle that is completing in your life. Only you know what cycle is ending, right? The next thing was divine intervention. The Lord, so how is the Lord? It's like the Lord interceding in your life. You know, many of us, we are intercessors. So we pray for other people, we cover other people. But this is like understanding, come on, God, this is like understanding that God is your intercessor, Jesus, right? And understanding that you have a covering as well. That I didn't get this from the card. This is what the Lord is telling me now, right? That you are covered as well. Many of us, we have a responsibility to cover others, but maybe you feel like you don't have anybody that's covering you in prayer, or that you have, you know what I'm saying? And it's messed up to say that, but it's a true story. Many times when you're the one that's covering everybody, you be looking around like, man, well, who's covering me? God, okay, the Lord is covering you. So know that, man, thank y'all. I received that, because many of us, we're doing this work and we're doing it selflessly. And so you have a covering as well, just as well as you're covering other people. We receive it. Next, a divine intervention. So what is it that the Lord, how is he intervening in your life, right? So that was the next thing. I say, okay, last thing, the valley. So I just was sitting and, like I said, staring at this card, and it really started talking. I had a coworker of mine that told me the other day, because we go through our valleys, right? We go through our valleys. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, right? So the Lord said, the first thing I heard was the valley. So for many of us, we may be in a valley. The mountains are here. So again, just kept staring at the card, and all of a sudden this card started telling me this. Some parts are broken. If you can see this card, there's some of the cups are broken, they're shattered. Some of them are whole. Some of them are painful to touch. If you touch it the wrong way, you're going to hurt yourself, right? Some of them are flipped over. Some of them are unrepairable. Some of them are turned sideways. But you walked away whole. Y'all, I had a whole moment. I just said, well, dang, Lord. But regardless, so this is like the Lord indicates, showing this last cycle that many of us were in, y'all. Whatever happened in this cycle, whatever it was, there were some pieces that were shattered. There were some pieces that hurt. There were some pieces that if you touch it, it's going, if you open the wound back up, it's going to hurt. There's so many things that happened in this last cycle of life, but you walked away whole. If you see this person, y'all, they're not even taking anything with them. There's no pieces of that, because this is healing. Come on, God. There are no pieces of yourself that the shattered pieces, you're leaving those behind. Many times we say that we put ourselves back together. The Lord said, I'm doing a new thing. You're not taking, come on, God. He's like, you're not even taking these shattered pieces with you, because you're a new person, you're a new being. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I just sat here and I was just like, dang, Lord, I think that's the deepest that the Lord has ever went with me on this 8 of Cups, on this particular card. I say, well, dang. He say, no, I don't need them old pieces to create a new you. Anyway, I hope somebody received that. And so I was like, man, Lord, you right. So a lot of times we say that we put ourselves back together. The Lord said, I don't need them old pieces to make a new you. I'm doing a new thing. This new you, new me, who this, right? I hope that message resonated with somebody, because y'all, I was just like, dang, Lord, but you walked away whole. Next, you're walking into the wilderness. As much as we don't want to be in the wilderness, guess what? You are not done in the wilderness. You are going into a new wilderness, because you're beginning a new cycle. The wilderness you were in before, you're not going to go back through that, right? Because you have gone through that. You learned, you were tested, you were refined, you came out whole. You're not going back to that same wilderness. I'm not going back to homelessness. You understand me? Meant it. That was that wilderness. However, we're stepping into a new wilderness. You don't go through just one, right? But you're going into this new wilderness with understanding, with wisdom, with knowledge, with faith, right? With strength as well. And guess who's leading you into this wilderness? The Lord, the Holy Spirit, right? And you're going to be strong enough to be in this wilderness that you're stepping into, right? Into the wilderness, looking towards the next mountain. We never have just one mountain to climb, y'all. We climb one mountain, I just got to chill. We climb one mountain, we get to the top, and then guess what? You're going back into the valley again. Many of us are going back into a valley, and it's an unknown valley because it's uncharted territory. It's not something we've ever gone through before. It may look similar to something you've experienced, but this is going to be something brand new, y'all. But this is like knowing that you're on the way to climbing to the next mountain, climbing the next mountain. I hope that makes sense. You can't see what's on the other side, but God was at the bottom of the deck. So you got to know that he's willing, he's waiting. Like, come on, right? He's like, come on, keep up with me, and you're strong enough. You're going to be able to do this, okay? And this, like, again, this card, y'all, said, it spoke volumes to me this morning. You can't see what's on the other side of this mountain. You can see the top. You can't see how you going to get to the top. From far away, come on, God, from far away, I'm looking at this like, well, wait a minute, Lord, how I'm even going to get to the top of the mountain? I don't see no stairway. I don't see the way up. I don't see nothing, Lord. What you mean I got to climb this mountain? Lord, you sure, Daddy? You sure this the mountain you want me to go? Yes. So even if you can't see the way up, even if you can't see the way through, you may be still too far away to actually see a path, the path that the Lord has created, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. It simply means that we have to step out on faith and be like, well, Lord, if you sending me in this direction, there's got to be a way through it, and the way will present itself to you. Message. I hope that resonated with somebody. Y'all, I just kept on, I couldn't even believe it. I just kept looking at this card and I was just like, dang, Lord. And so many of us, we really are beginning a whole new chapter, y'all, a whole new chapter, courtesy of the Eight of Cups this morning. All to do it, let's get to it. Let's clarity this. And in the end, the old was left behind. There's no turning back. There's no looking behind us. And at that moment, I heard Lot's wife, right? There's no turning back. Ain't no turning back. And we done already committed to what our next thing is. And so we moving forward, okay? All to do it, child. Sip your favorite adult beverage, okay? Y'all, that was the whole word for me this morning. Lord, I hope somebody received that. Here we go. Let's see what the word is for this morning to go with this Eight of Cups and this Hierophant. Okay, where's the Lord taking us? We receive it. Here we go. We got two. Y'all, look, first card to come out. One of it is two of them that came out, so we're going to take both of them. The journey, okay, to the teacher, okay, the teacher, mentor, counselor, spiritual advisor, advice, and experience that acts as a teacher to enable growth and learning. That's this Eight of Cups. Here go the path, okay, here go the path. And let me just show you, and we talk about this, I'll get to that card in a second. You may start off walking, but your next step, you're going to have something, it's like you're going to have some, a different means of transportation, right? I talked about this, oh my gosh, the Chariot. Look, y'all, let me show you something. Once again, this is quick progress and forward motion. You may start off walking, then look, there he's going from walking to on horseback to standing on motorcycles. I'm telling somebody right now, this is going to be like quick progress, quick momentum that is going to be happening. It's like we finna run. We're not finna walk. We finna run, okay? Because the Lord, come on, God, because the Lord is giving us a way to move forward. Back to Life came out with this teacher card. This is resurrected relationships or situations, unfinished business, unresolved issues, loose ends, okay? So this is, understand, this is, look, come on, Lord. This is coming back. I'm telling y'all, for some of you, this is a renewal of self. This is a renewal of purpose. This is like really getting back into what it is that is calling you, okay? The next leg of the journey. Let's see what else. This is good. So remember, y'all, come on, God. We have been talking about tying up loose ends. And the Lord, remember I said, come on. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all. So many of you, we talked about the Lord coming down to do his check-in to make sure, like, hold on, let me come put my eyes on them to make sure that they're in alignment. Not that God don't always have his eyes on you, does, right? But this is like when the Lord comes in and says, yeah, let me make sure. And I told y'all he did this for me in December, where the Lord himself gonna come down and say, it's me. This ain't your spirit, Nims. This me. And so for many of you, this is like you've had that check-in with God in some way. It could have been a wake-up call, a tower moment, something, some way that the Lord had to shake you up to be like, let me make sure, hold on, I know you ain't messing up these blessings that I'm bringing into your life. And so for some of you, that like it feels like you finished tying up your loose ends, because this is coming up in the past position. This cycle was a teacher for many of us. Come on, God. This cycle that you're completing was a teacher for many of us. Whatever you learned in this cycle, in this last season of your life, look at how even these people, y'all, they have their back turned. They're not looking forward. They're not trying to figure out is anybody behind me? head down, eyes forward, making progress, okay? So it feels like whatever you learned in that season, you'll no longer have to repeat that season. You'll no longer have to repeat that lesson. This is like exiting the wilderness. Come on, God, but stepping into a new one, if that makes sense. What's coming up in the present position? All to do it. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Connections. Okay, look at the bridge, y'all. Look at the bridge. Build bridges between people. Contact those who can help you. Your actions set you up for the next opportunity. Okay, your option, you're setting yourself up and you're crossing this bridge. It almost looks like it's on fire. If as I'm looking at it from a distance, it almost, oh, come on, burning bridges. Some bridges are meant to be burnt, and some bridges, you never know. Let me just say this for some of you as well. Hard lessons that people have to learn, right? Be mindful of burning your bridges, because you never know when you have to revisit a bridge. You never know when you have to go back over a bridge. So be careful of burning your bridges, okay? This is, so for many of you, all of this is showing movement forward, going across, going into the next thing. Remember, thank you, Lord. Remember, I just said that the pathway will be shown. And this looks like, it's almost like it's the light, right? The bridge is enlightened so that you can see the way forward. It's making forward. It's like a